My screen right now.
Yes, sir. Yes. Not your screen. You have to share screen,
No,
sir.
no,
When you
I
show
can't
the
see.
presentation, you have to
I
share the
have
screen.
I have shared my presentation on the screen. Is it visible?
Acha, 1 minute, sir.
I'm sorry. No, I don't think.
No, it is not.
No, sir.
So I think that has to
Yeah, correct.
be added to
Do
the
I do?
main page. That is why it's not visible. It has to be added to the main page. I think Shubham can help us with that. Because even I'm new to this live streaming thing. Just a second.
But we are live, sir, I think.
Agreed, but how come my presentation is not visible? That is my problem. If my presentation is not visible, then it doesn't help me.
Acha, sir, he's asking you to share the screen. There is a share option here. You can see down.
Yes,
Just
yes.
use that and share your screen, sir. We'll add it to the main page then.
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. I'm sharing the entire screen. Now I'm coming to sharing of my window. No, window is not opening up. You'll have to give me a minute. Uh,
So you're using the share button,
yes, yes.
and there it says share screen. So when you share screen, you will get lot of options like share a window or Chrome or entire screen. So sir, you share window, and your PPT will be shared. You have to select there. Once you go to window, select your PPT and then share. Oh, अच्छा. हाँ, हाँ.
So share screen. Then I go to share screen, and then I will go to Windows, and then I will put my presentation, and I share my presentation. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, good. I'm so happy to see that. So is it visible? Still visible?
Yes, sir, it's very much visible.
Okay.
And our convener, placement convener, is going to help us with this. Okay, sir. So I think we'll start with the session. We are good to go.
Okay.
We
So
are already
you,
live. So,
yes.
good morning, everybody. Everybody present here today. I think we have a range of people. I think registrations were a lot. We had more than 200 registrations from all over West Bengal, and even I got some registrations from Uttar Pradesh and Bangladesh. And we are supposed to have students among us today, even some professionals like dietitians, nutritionists, and some professors also. So the only thing is that here we won't be able to see that how many people are actually right now viewing us. But I hope that people who have registered are actually going to view it right now. Although they do have an option to view this later because it will be a recorded session. And we welcome you, sir, Mr. Sanjay Dave. Thank you so much because this program, this awareness come counseling session is completely the initiative of Mr. Sanjay Dave. He is a very, very experienced person. He has more than 46 years of experience in this field, of which 36 years he has worked in agri trade and food safety. Currently, he is senior international
Can't hear you.
Alimentarius Commission and advisor of the Food Safety Standards Authority of India, that is FSSAI. He has also served as a diplomat in the mission of India to the European Union at Brussels. So we are really lucky to have you, sir. Actually, sir was telling me the whole initiative he's taking because all over India he wants girls to excel. So thank you so much, sir, for being here and encouraging students to participate in this competition so that if they excel, they get free internship sessions from FSSAI and they do get an opportunity to be placed in good food industries. In fact, in 2019, two of our students have already reached the final session. They had this quiz competition. They cleared all the levels till the final level they had reached, and that is why in fact sir chose our college from amongst all the other colleges in West Bengal to spread this information to all other colleges as well. So we welcome you, sir, and I hand over to you. Please take over the session.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're very much
Okay.
audible.
Thank you. Thank you very much for accepting my request for convening this program, and I'm really thankful to you, and also to your colleagues in the placement cell who have worked so hard to get all the colleges registered and several students and alumni joining us today to understand what exactly this program is all about. So it's really a great pleasure to be amongst all of you. And I'm so thankful that Madam Shreya and Madam Anusri, I would call them Madam because now they are really good professionals. And I'm really proud of both of them. And I see that both of them have joined, and I would expect them to give their final remarks at the end of this session so that you can hear a third party view of how and what to prepare. So this actually is an offshoot of a little experience with the quiz competition where we had uh, Gokhale Memorial Girls College participate in the finals, beating the best of the institutions in the country like ICT Mumbai or CFTRI or Jadavpur University or IIT Kharagpur. So I really feel, I have a feeling that the professors of Gokhale Memorial Girls College are really powerful and in the sense, in terms of knowledge, uh, and educate their students so well. So that is why I thought it is always good to work with such institutions. Now, I would like to mention here two, three things which I think you may already be aware that most of the time the the multinationals and the big companies like Kellogg's, Nestle, uh, Pepsi, Coke, Tetra Pak, Unilever, Mondelez. Now these companies, they go for campus placements, campus interviews. But many places I have made this presentation. Personally, I have visited them. I actually wanted to come to Kolkata, but now it is a little difficult because of some other commitments. And I got to know that most of these companies, they visit for campus placements only big institutions like CFTRI or NIFTEM or ICT Mumbai or National Institute of Nutrition. But there are several other colleges in the country, at least 150 colleges that I know, where food technology education is given, food science education is given, nutrition education is given. In remote areas, let us say Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, why don't they visit these places? Does it mean that we don't have competent people there? We do have very competent students coming out of colleges, even in remote areas, even in smaller areas. And I have evidence to prove what I'm saying. The best of the students in the Asia quiz competition came from Gokhale Memorial Girls College. Have you heard of JCT College of Engineering in Coimbatore? You may not even have heard that name. Two students came from there in the finals. So let us not believe that students in remote areas or in other cities or not so well known colleges don't have competent students. They have competent teachers, they have competent students. Why don't they get that opportunity of having campus placements? It is this platform that we want to provide. This platform of creating this all India cadre of safe food business professionals. So that every student in the country, every student in the remotest part of the country who is studying food technology should have the opportunity to be seen and be visible as one of the best in the country. And this platform will provide that opportunity. Of course, nothing comes without an effort. You have to make an effort. You have to compete. Life is full of competition. Whichever field you go, whether you go for Indian Institute of Foreign Trade or IIT or IIM or NEET or GATE or civil services, everywhere you have to compete. Everywhere you have to sit in a competition. Nothing is without competition. Just one second. Nothing is without competition. Here also, we want to provide an opportunity to a niche group of students excelling in food technology and nutrition and these areas to perform and prove to the biggest companies in the world that we are also the best. You've heard of Indra Nooyi, who is heading Pepsi in the US. You all can be Indra Nooyis. On 20th of July this year, I am making a presentation to the HR heads of 1,000, almost 1,000 companies in India, in Asia, and globally, to tell them that this is this competition and we are going to give you the best of the best from our country. The other day I was in NIFTEM. There were people from Tetra Pak who were there for campus placements. Have they come to your colleges? I doubt. Why I'm saying that is that these people from Tetra Pak who came to NIFTEM for campus selection, you know where they came from? They came from Dubai. They need people. Globally, the big food companies, they need experts, and they know that there are several colleges in India, but unfortunately they cannot visit all of them. Therefore, they visit selectively. They'll go to CFTRI, they'll go to NIFTEM, they'll go to NIN. Why can't they come to Assam or Madhya Pradesh or JCT Coimbatore or in somewhere in Kerala? So we will give them the best of the students. Take from here. You don't have to go anywhere for campus selection. You can go, of course, but take the best and give a good package, because these are the best people, so they deserve it. There is civil service in India. You've heard of that. Administrative service, foreign service, revenue service, police service. We don't have a service for food products, for food safety. Rightly so, because they don't create posts every year. They create posts once in 5 years, 6 years, and that to junior level people, induction level. Surely everyone starts from the bottom of the ladder, but they don't create positions every year. Whereas they create positions for administrative service, police service, foreign service every year, and they call it cadre of administrative service, cadre of foreign service, cadre of revenue service. So if we don't have any civil service from run by UPSC or DOPT, Ministry Government of India, let us create one. And this is what this program is all about. So it is also a cadre of safe food business professionals. Originally, the idea was to have food safety professionals, but then I thought, food safety, yes, you understand food safety, but you also need to be a part of the business, so that each one of you is an Indra Nui somewhere in the world. So, in this presentation, I'm going to talk about how this program was developed. I mean, this is the background which I've already told you. What are the benefits to the country and to you people, and how the whole thing has been structured, and how should you prepare for this competition? What should you do? Where should you prepare? So this I have just told you. Then, thanks to COVID, we never like to thank COVID, but here I would like to, as our Prime Minister used to say, "Aapda mein avsar," opportunity in adversity. We made use of this COVID first wave when we were all under complete lockdown and we had nothing to do, we could not go anywhere. At my house, just the two of us are here because children are married, they're all settled in their families. So both of us would go to the terrace upstairs, have a little walk on the terrace for half an hour, 1 hour in the morning, and sometime in the evening. But one day, my wife did not accompany me upstairs to the terrace. She said, "I've got some work, you go alone." Okay, so I went alone, and while I was walking on the terrace, I was thinking, what have I done in my career of 46 years? My career of 46 years is probably double, just the experience is double your age, in case of many of you. Anyways, I was just walking and thinking, and I then, started thinking that I have worked with so many administrative service officers at different levels, at the highest levels, with diplomats, because I was myself a diplomat, but not from the foreign service. But I worked with several foreign service officers. One of the best ambassadors that I have seen is Ambassador Chandrasekhar Dasgupta when I was in Brussels. Super person. So I thought of creating this kind of a similar program, and I started writing it. But then obviously I cannot handle it myself, so I had to approach somebody. So I approached the Nestle Food Safety Institute. The Nestle Food Safety Institute in Manesar, near Delhi, and because that is an institute for food safety. So I asked them, would you be willing to support this program? This is what I've created. I've written down. We can always modify it, improve upon it. And then they said, yes, it's a great idea, but we will not be able to take a decision on this. It has to be decided by our headquarters in Vevey. Vevey is a place in Switzerland. So they will decide. Would you be willing to make a presentation to them? I said, why not? I'm convinced about this. I will certainly make a presentation. So I made a presentation to the Gora people sitting in Switzerland. And they were quite excited about this. They said, there is no such program anywhere in the world. We will support you. So that was a great achievement for me, myself, personally, and for India and for all of you, that we started this discussion. But then we also needed an institution that will conduct the examination, because Nestle Food Safety Institute is not in the business of conducting examinations. So I contacted some institutions in the country. Finally, I decided that we'll talk to NIFTEM, which is also near Delhi, and then Nestle Food Safety Institute and NIFTEM both are very close to Delhi, so it becomes easier, logistically convenient to handle the entire work. So NIFTEM, I knew the vice chancellor. I still know him, lovely person, good friend of mine, and he said, yes, Mr. Dave, we will be happy to support this. So then all I needed was to have a partnership of both of them, and they signed an MOU and we started working together. So this is how the whole thing started. This is the background of the whole thing. And at the core of the whole program, you are the people in our minds. We want 1,000 Indra Nuis over 10 years. And it is possible. If Indra Nui can do it, you can also do it. Shreya can do it. Anusri can do it. And you all as well. Currently, India's total export of food products is to the tune of about $45 billion, or let's say $50 billion max. In 10 years, we can make it $500 billion. And it will be you who will do it. And I guarantee that. Whichever company you will work, you will have to look at exports from your company. Even if you are working in a multinational, you would still need to look at exports. Wherever you are posted by these multinationals, you may be posted in India, you may be posted in Brazil or New York or Canada or Germany, you would still look at exports. And you would still look at trade with India. And this is what I'm looking at. Apart from your career building, I'm looking at a better economy for our country by increasing our exports from $50 billion to $500 billion in 10 years' time. And why not? So let's see what is the benefit of this program. First of all, to India. India, our country comes first. Our country comes before us. Always remember this. And this year, this program is for India, all India. Next year, it will be South Asia competition. This year, it is all India competition. Why? Because of a lot of food products exported by India and by countries in our region, whether it is Bangladesh or Sri Lanka or Pakistan or whichever country, a lot of our food products get rejected.
Sir, sorry, I'm
Yes.
just interrupting you, but I just wanted to know if you're changing the slides or not.
Yes, I am changing my slides, but these are not changing there.
No, sir, it's not showing here. I thought that you are just speaking and maybe you will start showing the presentation later. But
No, I'm
it's
already
still
doing
in
it.
the first. No, sir, it's still in the first slide itself.
Oh, you are still on the first slide.
Yes, sir. The first introductory slide where it's written Genesis benefit structure.
My God.
Yes, sir. Um, so there you're using slideshow.
Yes.
So I think you try without the slideshow. Let's see if it
Okay.
changes. Sometimes it happens that in the slideshow it gets stuck.
Okay.
So without doing the slideshow, just again share your screen and so you start presenting. I'll just tell you if it's changing or not.
Is it okay now?
So
Can you
Abhi,
see my slides?
so actually main screen mein it's not there. Just a moment. It's not
It's
there in
still
the
not
main
there?
screen. So one moment. Just give me one moment.
Should I stop sharing and log in again?
Just give me a moment. I'm calling the host and I'm asking him to add your screen to the main page. Just a moment.
That is why I have always found WebEx and Zoom to be the best tools because we don't have these problems.
Yes, sir, I understand. Actually, in Google Meet also, when we conduct classes, often the
Google Meet
slide
also we have
gets
the same problems.
stuck. Yes, sir. One moment.
WebEx is something which Government of India also supports. So, and I have found that to be always workable. Should I stop sharing and come back once again?
Sir is showing on the main screen. You
Okay.
kindly, yes, sir. You kindly just change the slide. I'll just tell you if it's changing or not.
Is it changing?
No, right now is genesis of the program. Yes, now
Yes.
it's changing. So next slide. Yes, sir. Now it's changing. So I think you do it without slideshow, sir.
I
It is
think I
better.
will do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we'll continue like that. So, I was talking about the benefits of this program. Benefits first to your own country and then to yourself. That is how we should work. This year it is an all India competition. Next year it will be South Asia competition, including all the neighboring countries: Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Myanmar, Pakistan. I don't know, but maybe Afghanistan. So all of us in the neighborhood will be working on this. Reason is we need to enhance food safety in the region. Now I have seen Nestle, Kellogg's, Pepsi's, Unilever opening their branches in these countries, apart from wherever they are globally. They need people, they need experts, whether from the same country or positioned somewhere from outside. But a lot of food wastage takes place because a lot of rejections take place. So if we enhance food safety within the region, regional trade will improve. Now I have seen companies in Bangladesh. I've traveled to Bangladesh several times and I've seen Pran Foods. Pran Foods started with a small company, very, very small company, a startup. And today it is becoming a multinational. They have opened up factories outside Bangladesh. They have opened a factory in, I think, in Tripura or somewhere, or Meghalaya, and they have opened branches elsewhere as well. They are expanding. So regional trade can improve, and if regional trade improves, we will be able to export globally. And that is what I'm looking at as one of the benefits of this program. What is the benefit to you people? First of all, as I said in the beginning, an equal opportunity to all of you, women coming forward, recognition of talent, leadership, making Indra noise. We add 100 people every year in this group, in this cadre. Okay, not all will be women. Several of you will be women. Several of you will also be men. But if we keep adding 80, 50, 100, 150 people every year, over a period of 10 years, we can create a pool of 1,000 people with better job opportunities. We should not always run after government jobs. Government jobs is just 2% of the entire employment in any country for that matter. Less than 2%. Most of the employment is in the private sector. And through this program, I'm looking at better opportunities and a rapid career growth, because you will be seen as a member of a cadre of safe food business professionals, cadre of 2022, cadre of 2023, cadre of 2024. I want to bring you at an equal footing with all the other cadre officers of the civil services. So rapid opportunity, rapid growth opportunity for each one of you. And the benefit to the industry, to the regulators, to the global bodies, FAO, WHO, ITC not India, ITC Geneva, International Trade Center Geneva, World Bank. When I did the quiz competition, I went to Bangladesh, where 12 colleges, we did two in Kolkata as well. But in Bangladesh, I did two, where 12 colleges, universities were present. And I invited the representative of FAO to the competition. The winner of the round in Bangladesh was hired by FAO on the spot, two of them. The 12 quiz finalists of the Asia competition. Anusri is in UK. Shreya is working for Nestle. One person from College of Agriculture, Hassan in Karnataka, she is also in Nestle. Another person is going to Canada. One person is already in the US. You see, it is a good career growth pattern that is visible. And same thing can happen in this competition. And in this competition, everyone gets a opportunity to participate. World Bank needs several of you, several food safety experts everywhere in the world. They have programs everywhere. I mean, including Nepal. I know World Bank has got a branch there. Global, they have a program called Global Food Safety Partnership, GFSP. They are running this program globally, and they need people globally. So these are opportunities which are there for the industry, for regulators, for global bodies. And wherever you are in the world, you would still do trade with India. Either you will be importing from India or you will be exporting to India for re-exports or for the domestic market. So opportunities are there. So who can participate? First of all, you should know that this competition will be held once in a year. People with science background, you should be a science graduate, or a student of the final year of your graduation, a postgraduate, a PhD, service, in service or not in service, you may be a fresher. As long as you are 32 years or below, you are eligible to compete. And sorry, boys, if there are some boys in this program today, little favor for the girls. We have kept an age limit of 35 for the women and an age of 35 for candidates from belonging to OBC, SC, and ST categories. There's also a relaxation in the fee for OBC, SC, and ST candidates. But when it comes to competition, you all have to compete equally. There is no reservation or relaxation in the competition. All of you compete equally. And if we are going to take 100 people or 80 people or 120 people in a year, everybody will not get selected. So you have an opportunity to appear next year again. There's no limit to the number of attempts. Many competitions, there is a limit of 2 or 3 times. Here we have not kept a limit. We want to be inclusive. What is the structure? It's a 3-stage process. Identification, because we have to identify, supposing there are 1,000 applicants or 2,000 applicants or 5,000 applicants, how do we identify them? Then mentoring, and finally selection. So at the first stage of identification, we will be taking shortlisting 500 people through an objective exam. Objective exam of 3 hours, which is a computer-based exam. You can sit in anywhere in the world. You may be in a village, you may be at home, you may be in a park. As long as you have a laptop and internet, you can give the exam. Questions will be of multiple choice, direct questions. For example, what is the capital of India? And the answer is New Delhi. Who is the food regulator of India? FSSAI. Or there may be abbreviations. We give you the name NDDB, and you have to give the full form, National Dairy Development Board. Or we show you a visual. We show you the photograph of MS Swaminathan, and we say identify the personality. Or there may be true-false questions. Then technical and non-technical both. And I'll explain what technical and non-technical are. Technical, of course, you understand. Non-technical, I'll explain in a couple of slides. The questions will be of 4 levels. Level 1 will have 1 mark. Level 2 will have 2 marks. Level 4 will have 4 marks. And questions will pop up on your screen. Even if 10 of you are sitting in a room on one table, one big conference table with 10 computers, 10 of you are sitting there, believe me, each one of you will get different questions. Somebody's first question might be from food technology. Somebody else's first question might be from nutrition. Somebody else's first question might be from WTO. And you got to answer a minimum number of questions correctly so that the computer will graduate you to level 2, like Kaun Banega Crorepati, KVC. You've seen that program. The computer will automatically upgrade you. And you can even see how many marks are allotted to that question. It will be shown on the screen, 1 or 2 or 4 or 3, whatever. But my recommendation is, do not waste your time on looking at this, because what is important is the speed. We don't give you a fixed number of questions, like 100 questions or 120 questions. There is no limit to the number of questions you want to answer. We have 6,500 questions in the bank, question bank, all validated and calibrated. You just keep answering questions. Somebody may answer 50 questions in 3 hours. Somebody may answer 100. Somebody may answer 200. What we will see at the end is what is your score. On the basis of the scores, we will shortlist the top 500. There is no negative marking. You just proceed forward. Don't go back. If you don't know the answer, skip that question, go to the next one. Because you have just 3 hours. And after 3 hours, you got to submit your answer sheet. If you don't submit, the computer will submit it automatically. So for non-technical questions, there are 25% of the questions, and 75% of the questions are in the technical areas. So after we have shortlisted the top 500 candidates or 450 candidates, depending upon the number of participants and number of and the scores that people will carry, they will go in for a subjective exam of 3 hours. And here you will have technical and non-technical questions. So there will be 5 questions on your screen in technical areas, out of which you have to answer 4. 1 will be compulsory. And I'll show you which of those areas are there. Similarly, in non-technical areas, you will have 3 questions on your screen. You have to answer 2. 1 will be compulsory. And again, here this is also a computer-based exam. You need internet and a laptop with a camera. Both objective and subjective, the laptop must have a camera with you, because you will be monitored also. Now, even in subjective exams, even if 5 of you are sitting on a table, you all will get different questions, because there are several questions. But subject areas we have identified. At this stage, we will shortlist the top 250 people. And these 250 people will go for mentoring on soft skills, presentation skills, communication skills, negotiation skills. See, in the identification stage, in objective and subjective, we have seen your technical competence, technical knowledge. Now we want to see your soft skills. We don't have to see your technical knowledge anymore. We have done that. But these 250 people, because of the fact that these 250 people might be coming from different places in the country. Some might come from cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore. Some might come from smaller places where the level of exposure is not there. Either somewhere in Kerala, or somewhere in Andhra Pradesh, or Telangana, or Madhya Pradesh, or Uttar Pradesh, or Rajasthan. So we want to bring all of you at the same level in terms of soft skills. Before we judge your soft skills, we want to give you a training, which will be a virtual training of 4 days. Total 5 days. The 5th day is for giving feedback, so that you know where to focus. And these 250 people or 200 people will be broken up into several groups. Even on online, in Zoom system, you can have breakout sessions, and there will be business leaders who will narrate their experiences about negotiations, about business diplomacy, about economics of diplomacy, trade, presentations, negotiations, these kinds of things, because we want you to be Indra Nuis in the future. I did not have that benefit, but I saw that as a gap, and therefore I don't want you people not to have that opportunity. And these 250 people, after this mentoring program, will go in for group discussion and interview. Group discussion and interview will not be virtual, it will be in person. And in group discussion, it could be any subject under the sun. I have been a science student like you, pure science student. In 1975, I appeared in a competition of the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. I did not know E of economics. I had no idea about economics. I had no idea about uh, uh, logistics or business management. That was in the year 1975 when I appeared for this competition of Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. They select only 40 people every year. And you know the subject of group discussion that was given to us? The subject was discuss the strategy of the oil producing and exporting countries. Now, how will you be able to participate? In group discussion, what we see is based on this soft skill mentoring, based on your own skills, based on your own knowledge about awareness about what is happening around you, we see how logically do you present your views, how logically do you argue your point of view without offending others, how do you participate in a meeting. Now these are things which will be required by you wherever you go in your career. Unfortunately, in our country, we do not educate our students in these areas. This is not a reflection on any one institution. It is true of all institutions in our country. When we teach food technology, we just teach food technology and nothing else. Now, these skills are equally important when you enter in your career. And this is what we are going to do in mentoring. And then based on your performance in the group discussion and interview, your views may be different. If three of you are sitting on a table, you may be given a subject, discuss the Russia-Ukraine war. You may be a supporter of Russia. Somebody may be supporting NATO. Somebody may be supporting Ukraine. That is not the issue. The issue, what we want to see is how convincing your arguments are. How do you present your views logically and bring the other people in the group to your point of view and get them to agree? And that is what negotiation is all about. And that is the skill you will have to develop when you start your career. And that is what we want to tell you during the mentoring program. And then observe you during the group discussion, and then interview these 250 people. How do you carry yourself in a meeting? How do you participate in a meeting with your seniors? How confident are you during the meeting? All these things are seen. So we see your technical skills first, objective and subjective, then the soft skills. Basically, the idea is to scan you inside out. If you go for civil services exams, same process they also follow. Okay. So after the interview, group discussion interview, The top 100 people or 80 people or 60 people or 120 people will be selected. And these people will then go in for a business leadership enhancement program at NIFTEM, a residential program. That is the plan. But maybe there were some suggestions from many people that can you please have it as a virtual program. We are thinking about it. We are really considering whether we should go in for a virtual program. Should it be a 1 month program or should it be 15 days? That also is still to be decided. We are reviewing that based on comments that we have received or suggestions that we have received from many people. But of course, it will be a paid program. However, we are looking at the possibility of providing financial support for those who are not able to meet the cost of the training. And here, there will be top diplomats and bureaucrats, lawyers who will come and give, or business management people who will come and give training, so that we build your understanding of business management, business ethics, global negotiations, what is WTO, how do you participate in WTO meetings or Codex meetings. These are things which we need to learn. And these 100 people, after this mandatory training, will accede to this cadre. We call it accession to the cadre. We give you a certificate. It will be a function which will be organized by the Nestle Food Safety Institute. The plan is to invite senior dignitaries, I don't know whom. If my wishes are successful, then I would like to invite the Prime Minister for the first convocation, where the top business leaders, HR heads will also come, and we'll tell them these are the best 100 people of our country. Take them with a good package. So we'll invite several people in this program. That is what the plan is. So this is how the program has been scheduled. The last date for submission of the applications is 30th of June. So you still have about 15 days time to go, or less, slightly more than 15 days. Please submit your applications well in time. This date will not be extended at all. We'll also give you 100 sample questions, 70 in technical areas and about 30 in non-technical areas, so that you are, and at different levels of difficulty, so that you have an understanding of the kind of questions in technical and non-technical areas you might expect in the competition. The online objective exam has been spread over a period of 10 days from 25th September to 4th of October. 4 time slots per day, so you have 40 time slots to select from. You can even change your time slot if some date is not becoming convenient to you, but at least 24 hours before. Within 24 hours, you will not be able to change the time slot. So from now until 25th of September or end of September, you have almost 3.5 months or quarter to 4 months available to prepare for the competition. And 4 months is a good time to prepare. Then we will also give you some sample questions on the subjective areas, technical and non-technical both. And the subjective exam for the 500 people who will be shortlisted after the objective will take that exam on 12th and 13th of September or November. 4 time slots per day, total 8 time slots to select from. Mentoring will be during the winter break. Group discussion and interview in January. Final cadre list also in January. And training will be in February. and the ceremony for accession to the cadre of 2022 this year will be in March 2023. So each year we'll have a cadre of 2022. So you'll have your batchmates, and then you 100 people, 100 batchmates will do the mentoring of your next batch and your next batch. And that's how we build a team in our country. That's how we develop the economy of our country. And you batchmates may be posted anywhere in the world. Look at the kind of the contact development that you will do, how you develop your contacts globally. Today, the quiz competition finalists, 8 from India, 2 from Sri Lanka, and 2 from Philippines, they all know each other. They keep talking to each other. You build your contacts in Sri Lanka and Philippines. Similarly, you will develop your contacts globally. And this is the most important thing in business, developing contacts. All right. This is the broad syllabus. You can see the detailed syllabus on the website of Nestle Food Safety Institute and NIFTIM. Focus on issues relating to WTO, SPS, Codex, national and international organizations, both governmental and non-governmental. There are several international non-governmental organizations that are working globally. More than almost 170 of them. They also need people like you. You need to have a broad understanding of the food laws of countries in our region, South Asia. We're not expecting you to know the para number of the Bangladesh Food Safety Act. No. But we might expect you to know the name of the food regulator in Bangladesh, name of the food regulator in Sri Lanka, name of the food regulator in India. As far as India is concerned, we might expect you to know in which year were the nutraceutical regulations notified. What is the name of the CEO of FSSAI? Who is the food regulator in Malaysia? This is the minimum that we can expect from you. We may not ask you who is the food regulator in Zimbabwe or Cameroon or Papua New Guinea. No, we're not going to go into that deep. But certainly, we expect you to generally have a broad understanding of the regulatory structure in South Asia. India, yes, of course, but other South Asian countries, ASEAN countries, European Union, USA. Supposing we ask you a question, where is the headquarters of USDA? Should you not know that? Supposing you are working in Nestle or in Kellogg's and are posted in New York, are you not expected to know where the headquarters of US FDA is located or USDA is located? Prepare yourself now for career. Career building will take place from these things. These things are not taught in any of our colleges in India, unfortunately. But this is what you need to be in business, to be working in food areas. Even if you are working in FSSAI or Export Inspection Council or PIDA, you need to know all these things. So main countries, you need to understand what is the regulatory structure. In non-technical areas, general aptitude, because we want to see whether you are only glued to your food technology or nutrition program, or are you aware of what is happening around you in the world. Do you know about films? Do you know about sports personalities? Do you know about political personalities globally? Currencies, flags, capitals, these are normal things. But analytical reasoning, arithmetical skills, you may be given questions in how do you calculate the area of a cylinder, or there's a cylinder and a cone, how do you calculate the total area? Or if Dr. Pratyasha goes out of her house, walks 50 meters in the north, takes a left turn, goes 30 meters, then takes a right turn 20 meters. How far is she from the origin? Now, these are calculations. You need to practice these. And there are several books and portals available from where you can see these things. English vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, general understanding of computer. What is Microsoft? What is Word? What is Excel sheet? These are small things. Business management and business ethics. We may not ask you a question to analyze the balance sheet of a company, but general business management concepts you should know. We don't expect you to read Philip Kotler's textbook on business management or trade management. No. As far as the Indian regulatory system is concerned, yes, we do expect you to understand what is DGFT, what is EPIDA, what is AgMark, what is BIS, what is Quality Council of India, what is Jago Grahak Jago, you see on the TV many times. Now, these are things which you should be aware of in technical and non-technical areas. Go to the broad detailed syllabus and see for yourselves what more do you need to understand. Let us see how the exam will be done. What are the areas? As I said, I will tell you about 25% of the questions in non-technical areas. The objective exam is of 1 hour, where 30% of the questions, approximately 30%, will be in arithmetic and analytical skills. Another 30% in GK current affairs. Business management, business ethics about 18%. English about 15%. Then we give you a 15 minutes break, because sitting on a computer without looking left or right, you will not be allowed to do that. It is sometimes painful. So therefore, we give you a 15 minutes comfort break, and then you take the technical module, which will be 75% of the questions. For 2 hours, 25% of the questions will be on regulatory matters, WTO, Codex. Someday, maybe next month, if Dr. Pratyasha would want, we can organize an online training program on Codex or WTO. I can do that for you, for those people who are registered for the competition. I can help you prepare. 28% of the questions will be on food safety and food hygiene, food safety management systems, food microbiology. 25% questions in food technology, food chemistry, food engineering, food analysis, and another 15% in biochemistry, nutraceuticals, nutrition. Difficulty levels I have already told you, and no limit to the number of questions. Coming to the subjective exam, as I said, there will be 5 questions on your screen. One will be compulsory, which will be on regulatory WTO Codex. And out of the remaining 4, you have to answer 3. The remaining 4 questions will be in these 4 areas. In non-technical, there will be 3 questions. The question on business management, business ethics will be compulsory. And out of the remaining 2, you have to answer 1. Here, in the subjective exam, we want to see your writing skills. Therefore, we will follow a case study approach. We'll give you case studies in your question paper, which will be on your screen. These case studies will not be 10 pages or 20 pages, maybe half a page, maybe 10 lines, maximum 1 page. You have to study that case related to all these subjects and answer 2 or 3 questions. Except in the case of current affairs and GK, where we will not give you a case study, we will ask you to write an essay. An essay, again, we don't expect you to write 10 pages or 5 pages. We'll give you a word limit of 500 words, which is 1 page. We want to see your writing skills. We want to see how do you analyze the case, or how do you analyze the subject of the essay and present your views with pros and cons. Essay could be on gender imbalance. Essay could be on climate change. Essay could be related to food business or international trade. Essay could be is SARC, SARC successful, or should we go bilateral? Analyze your views and present your views. So you got to prepare. You have 4 months time to prepare, and I think it is possible to do that. If I, as a student in 1975, could have done it, and I was selected, you all can do it. How do you prepare? Look up several websites. There are several websites available. There are even websites on objective type questions and case studies. Subject wise, food technology, nutrition, biochemistry, microbiology, food safety. Look up the websites of WTO, FAO. How many of you have seen the website of Codex? How many of you have seen the website of maybe FSSAI you would have seen, but how many of you have seen the website of APIDA or Spices Board or EIC? You need to see. Just looking at the website, you get a wealth of information or knowledge. To be able to write an essay of 1 page, an analytical essay, look up newspapers, read the editorials. The editorials are a summary of an issue, and the views are presented by the editor. Views may be different in newspapers, in different newspapers. But that is how a précis is written. That is how pros and cons of both sides of the coin are discussed in an essay and presented. And this is what you need to develop that skill. And for that, you got to read newspapers. Looking at Netflix and Amazon movies is not going to take us anywhere. We got to read newspapers, enhance your general knowledge about current affairs. You might, if the objective type question is in the month of September, end of September, you might have a question on current affairs of the month of September. Okay. All right. So some practical information. Look up the web syllabus. The FAQs, there are about 60 questions and answers on both the websites of NIFTEM as well as Nestle Food Safety Institute, NFSI. See them. Most of the questions will get answered. If you still have questions, please put all your questions together, send them to Dr. Pratyasha Agarwal, and she will send it to you. And I promise to get back to you in 24 hours with my answer. Proctoring. Proctoring will be there. So your camera should be there. It should be on. If your camera is not on, you get disqualified. Yes, I agree that you may have to do some calculations of the examples that I gave you. So you need a paper, you need a calculator. That is allowed. As long as your paper and calculator is in the visible distance of the camera. Your desk space should be visible to the camera, and these things should not be kept more than 1.5 feet away from the camera. Just 1 second, please. Should not be kept more than 1.5 feet away from the camera. Every candidate will be monitored. There will also be a guidance manual. Must look at the mock practice questions, which will be made available to you, to all the registered candidates, of course. After you have given your objective exam, you can even download a certificate of participation in the objective. However, for those people who will qualify for the cadre of 2022, will be presented a printed certificate duly signed, and the top 3 candidates, there it will be mentioned first or second or third. There will be prizes as well. There will also be medals, hopefully, gold, silver, and bronze. And finally, this is something which will give you the best of the career opportunities. This program. Please make use of it. I want 1,000 Indra Nuis in the next 10 years. Believe me, I may not be there. I'm already 70 plus. You people will be there. India will be there. Indra Nuis will be there. And you people can make it happen. Make the best use. Your career is starting. Build your career. Build your country. Build the economy of your country. Chak the India. You've seen this movie? It was the girls who did it. Thank you so much. I will stop sharing questions. I don't know if there are any questions, or is there a possibility to answer any questions? But I give the floor back to Dr. Pratyasha Agarwal.
So thank you so much. It was a wonderful presentation. And I think students who are really interested in making a career, they are getting a great opportunity to do so. Because right now we have around, I think, 43 students live listening to this program. Although rest will have an opportunity to listen to it later also. So in the chat box, I do not have any questions, but I have personally some questions for you. So my one question is that you were mentioning in one of the slides that graduates of any science stream are able to appear for this exam. They're eligible to appear for this exam. That means even physics, chemistry, math students who have finished their graduation, they can also apply for this competition.
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes, yes.
So I did not know this. So then it has a much more wide applicability. I'll let them know. And so one was a question I had, that you were mentioning that these two websites, one was Lipton website and one was this Nestle Food Safety Institute website, where we
Yes.
can get the syllabus for preparing for this competition.
Yeah. The
So
same syllabus is available on both the sites,
in both
both
the
the
sites.
websites.
Yes, sir. I have actually checked in internet and I posted this Niftem website. Is that correct? Can you please confirm? Like this is the website where we go and from where we will check the syllabus exactly. If you could guide us.
Um, they You just go to the NIFTM website and you will find this cadre competition somewhere on the screen on the website. And once you see that, you just click there, and it will take you somewhere on the syllabus. The syllabus is definitely available there on the website.
So
I
under
don't have
major
the
competition. Okay.
I don't have it right in front of me, but
Mm-hmm.
it's there.
Okay,
I'm
so because
aware of
I'm
that.
checking the website, I could see administration, admission, departments, research, students, and then ICAC career.
So
Then
is there a
in
cadre? Is there a All India cadre somewhere?
yes,
Safe
I'm
food
just
business
checking
professionals.
down. All
It has to be
India.
there.
Okay.
It is for sure. It is there.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can email the detailed syllabus to you, or
Yes,
I can send you the link.
yes, sir. If you could at least send the link for both, it would be great because actually I'm unable
Go
to
to
myself.
the please go to the Nestle Food Safety Institute (NFSI) website.
Nestle,
Just see.
actually, so I just googled it, Nestle Food Safety Institute. So it has taken me to the website. Just a second, I'm sharing my screen, sir. You just check it. You'll be able to see then.
So Anusri has just sent the syllabus link.
Acha. Okay, great. I think then we can just share it with the students. It will be very helpful for them.
You can download a PDF. She says.
Okay. Okay, sir. Anushri, can you also share it in the chat box if possible?
It's there in the chat box. I can see it on the chat box.
Because somehow I'm unable to see it.
Oh, does it say private chat? Oh, it says a private chat box.
Oh, she has to then use. Uh, okay, that's why. She has probably sent it to you only, so it won't be visible to us.
Oh, okay. Uh, Anusri, can you put it on the comments portion of this place? Let me do that myself.
Meanwhile, I would request the participants, if any questions, please ask sir because you won't get this opportunity to interact with him again. And still, if you have later some questions, you can always mail me. I can forward it to sir and send you the reply. Or sir, can I share your mail ID with the students? So,
Yes, yes, yes. By all means.
okay, sir. So I'll just share your mail ID. They can directly contact you then through the mail. And we are hoping for some registrations for this competition. It's a great opportunity for all the students actually if they realize this. So
Hmm.
then I would like to invite Shreya Damani for the next speech because actually Shreya and Anushri, as I said earlier, they have cleared this competition as a quiz competition earlier in 2019. So they could mentor the current students and motivate them. So Shreya, you are there. Can you just put on your video, please?
I'll now
Yeah.
hide my face.
No, no, sir. Please be there. Please be there. And Shreya, okay, Shreya is amongst us. So Shreya Damani, who has completed her graduation from Bhokal College from the Department of Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics in 2019. She then completed her MSc in Food and Nutrition from one of the very good institutes, that is Lady Urban College, Delhi University. And she was recognized as a food safety ambassador because she was one of the finalists of the SK Asia Quiz Competition on Food Safety 2018. As I said, this competition earlier was held in 2018. So that was in the form of a quiz competition, and that was all over Asia. So she and Anushi were the finalists from our college. Now, during her academic year, she has gained experience in the field of nutrition by serving as an intern in various organizations like FSSAI, even National Center of Excellence and Advanced Research on Diets, that is NCEARD. She has worked as an intern in BM Birla Heart Research Center and also CINI as a part of syllabus of Vocal College CNT department. Currently, she is working in Nestle as Nutrition, Health and Wellness Associate. And right now, in fact, she is in Kolkata. If we could have this program offline, then we could have Sir and Shreya both with us in one-to-one interaction with the students. But anyways, we could not do so. And since we are doing it online, we are hoping to reach many more candidates. So Shreya, off to you. Please tell the students, how you prepared for this exam actually, because that time we did not have this opportunity to interact with Sir and know so much in advance. So please guide them. Shreya, you are not audible. You're not audible. Shreya, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me, Shreya?
Hello. Am I audible now, sir?
Yes, yes, yes. You are audible, Shreya. Please continue.
Okay. Yeah. So I was saying, so I wanted to extend my thanks to both Dave sir and Pratasha ma'am for this session. I'm sure this must be really helpful for all the students there who are currently watching it live, and also request, just spread this video so that it can be useful for other students who are not able to watch it currently. And yeah, ma'am, coming back to your question, as you asked, then we had received a detailed syllabus, like as it would be there currently also on the NIFTEM website and NFSI website. So back then in 2018, when we were participating, we had received the detailed syllabus from Dave sir, and we had sort of prepared for it very extensively because it was highly competitive, as 165 universities were participating from 10 countries of Asia. So every topic was thoroughly searched, online, in the every library, in the college library. We even went to the national library, that is there in the Alipur. And from, if we were, it was monotonous to just go through the PDFs online. We were going to reaching out to the books that we had in our, shelves, to the book that were there in our college libraries. So it has to be a preparation of that sort, very, very, it's a very, competitive, it's very, it would be, I am sure it would be very challenging. So the preparation has to be of such caliber, I can say, and not just go through it, how it's how we do in colleges. It's very, syllabus oriented, but here this is very great chance to widen your horizon of knowledge This is actually, and I would say this is the only chance where you would be learning so much about all around and everything, each and everything about food business, food safety, which I know is not part of our syllabus currently. You would not get to know about codex, WTO anywhere, uh, except at least if you just go by your college syllabus. This is an excellent chance and opportunity. This has been a great turning point for our careers. Yes, so just go through all the images, because as sir said, there would be visuals. Please go through the full forms of the organizations, get to know about the organizations, prepare for it objectively as well as subjectively. So yeah, just don't read it, but pick up every point that you read and search about it separately on Google, read PDFs about it, read books about it, see videos, watch images. Literally, sky is the limit, because the syllabus is detailed, as well as the competition would be such that that sort of preparation would be highly required. So yeah, that's from my side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Shreya. Uh, Next, I would like to call Anushri. Anushri, you are there. Anushri Bhaumik. We cannot see you, Anushri. Are you there? Actually, Anushri is traveling to London, she told me.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, but I cannot see you, Anushri. Could you please put your camera and mic on? Yes, thank you
Hello.
so much. So, on my request and sir's request, Anushri has tried to be with us today. There might be little network problem as she is traveling. Thank you, Anushri. So, Anushri was also one of our students from 2019, that is 16-19 batch. She passed out in 19 with Shreya Damani. And I must say, both of these students were one of the best and very hardworking. That is why they are there where they are today. And Acha Anushri, you completed your masters from where? Which institute? You completed your masters from which institute, Anushri? Hello.
Anushri, you're on mute.
Can you
Please,
hear me now?
yes, please put your camera on,
Am I
Anushri.
audible?
Yes, you are audible, but your camera is off. Yes. So you finished your masters
Can you
from which?
can you see me now?
Yes, you finished your masters from which institute?
Can
That
you
is
see me
from
now?
Cardiff Metropolitan, right? So she completed her master's in food science and technology from Cardiff Metropolitan University in UK. She went there on a scholarship. Actually, this is also students always ask me that, ma'am, can we study technology after doing clinical nutrition? So yes, this is one of the examples because she did her master's in food science and technology. This is to be noted with a specialization in new product development from Cardiff Metropolitan University in UK. And she was one of the finalists of SK Food Safety Quiz competition, which was held across the 10 nations. So, among the 10 nations all across Asia, these were the two who had qualified. We are very proud of them. And currently, she is residing in UK in Wales, and she works as a food technologist at Capestone Organic Poultry Limited, which is a poultry supplier to retailers like Marks and Spencer, Whole Foods, Amazon, etc. So she's doing very well, and I cannot say how happy I feel, how great I feel that she was at one time my student. So I welcome you, Anushri. Please mentor the students. Please tell them, how you prepared for the exam and how you cleared it. Please motivate them because we would really love it if further we could have more students from our own department, from our college, who could qualify this competition and be placed in good food industries. So please, over to you, Anushri.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible. Please
Oh,
continue.
okay. Thank you for adding me to this program. I'm really grateful to both of you, Ravi sir and ma'am. So Firstly, and at that point we literally made the quiz a daily part of our schedule. So we would take time out from our daily schedule to study and learn more. So, and it is very important to study strategically for this quiz, if that makes sense, or this competition, because you need to know abbreviations, you need to know images, just as Shreya said, and use Google to the fullest potential, I would say. Google everything and anything you think can come under the purview of the syllabus. The syllabus is very broad. Know every fruit and nut that you can see around you, or you think is very exceptional and can come as a question. Um, Try to Google about every important country which are a part of the SARC, which are in powerful countries around the globe, and try to know most about them. How I prepared personally is that I used to have a copy of my own where I had developed my own list of abbreviations. I had developed my own question and answer sort of book where I used to go back every time. And me and Shreya used to have this sort of like discussion sessions where we tried to um, like ask each other questions. We tried to challenge each other. So it is a very good exercise. Even if it does matter that you make it to the ladder, but the entire journey, I think, will help you to shape yourself. So use this opportunity to develop yourself as a very knowledgeable student and professional in future. So the contacts we made through this journey was also amazing. We have formed great networks, just as Sir said. We have formed such beautiful friendship across borders. You cannot even imagine. So I can tell you a little bit of an incident from back when we had finished the SK competition, and we were like our friends from Philippines were leaving. One of our friends had tears in their eyes, so that is the kind of bond we have formed. So it does matter that you make it to the cadre and you develop your career, definitely, but it's sometimes who you know than what you know. So you make amazing networks. We have made contacts in Kolkata as well. So there was one ma'am over there as well. She was supporting us during the quiz, and she was saying, "Oh, you have to make Kolkata proud," and things like that. So it's very important you build that professional and personal touch in yourself. So I would say take this as an opportunity to just grow. And like anytime I look back, I can look back to that evening where we were felicitated as finalists. So the CEO of FSSAI was present. People from various multinational companies was present, and I consider that to be one of the best evenings of my life till date, because that is the day I felt that yes, I was worth something, and I was respected for whatever I had achieved. If all of you are from Gokhale Memorial Girls College, you will think that there would be 100 or 200 other colleges, and out of them, 4 or 5 are the most well-known colleges of the country. There would be people from professionals who are participating, but do not be disheartened by that. I would not name a college, but there was this college we were competing against, and it was one of the most well-known colleges in India. And me and Shreya were both like quite anxious whether we are good enough to compete against them. But we were on fire on that day. We remember holding our hands and literally answering each question that day. So like me and Shreya have done it as if we were the best that day, and obviously we qualified. So do not think just because you come from Gokhale Memorial Girls College, you're not as good as an IIT or an NIT. You're as good as any other student. But please put your heart and soul into it. We made quiz our life that those few months, and it was rewarding. It was really a beautiful journey. So and also me and Shreya are also participating this time. So and we will not leave any opportunity to participate in such a competition. I will tell you, because the kind of people you meet, they will motivate you, and those experiences will are for a lifetime. So I encourage all of you to participate and make the most of this. Thank you.
Shreya and Anusri, I'm really proud of both of you. And you've made your college proud, right, Dr. Pratyasha?
Yes,
Both
sir.
of
Yes,
them
sir.
have made your college known to everyone. You
Absolutely.
were not known to anyone. Now
As I
everyone
said
knows.
earlier, both are very hardworking. So I must say they are one of the best in that batch. They were the best. They have really worked hard. So
Nothing comes on a
that is
platter.
why.
You got to work,
Absolutely.
as Shreya and Anusri
Absolutely.
said. It's always hard work.
Yes, sir. But unfortunately, with so much of digitalization nowadays, students are very reluctant to even open books. That's the problem we are facing. And with these online exams happening, they are preferring, that they see and write all the answers. So that knowledge level is going down. So first of all, they need to work upon that also, because they need lot of knowledge to clear such competitions and reach
But believe
where
me, Dr.
both
Pratyasha
of them.
Agarwal, if Anusri and Shreya can do it
Yes, sir.
better than the best of the colleges in the country, anyone can do it.
Definitely, sir. Even we were very surprised because for this, actually, food tech students have an advantage already over them, over the nutrition students. So I really admire both of them for that. And sir, thank you so much for giving all of the students such an opportunity, giving so much of time of yours. You know, really, sir. Thank you so much. So, sir,
Right.
I would like to now conclude the session. Finally, lot of thanks to Bokale College and our principal, Dr. Atashi Karfa, our teacher in charge, Dr. Shormi Chakraborty, for the support. And definitely placement cell. I would like to thank all the members of our placement cell, our convener Shubham Datta, Ms. Sangeeta Sen, Aditi Chatterjee, Durga Mukherjee, and Dr. Newton Biswas, without whose support this program would not have been possible, especially technical support and everything. So thanks a lot to everybody, Sir, Anushri, Shreya, Placement Cell, and our college itself. Thank you so much. So, sir, I think we'll end the session now.
Thank you.
I,
Thank you.